How you guys doing today? This is Luxley. I am on my Revenant, enduring pain, and it looks like we're going to try to talk to some ogres, which is pretty much like trying to talk to the grass, but we'll see how much progress we can make. It's an interesting, hoof beasts! Hoof beasts! Let's see. You see, they give you a choice and... Yep, go kill them. It's like they give you a choice of how you could deal with them, and then sometimes they try to kill you, or see, I just dodged his very slow and deliberate blow with his mace. Leave it in the comments. Let me know if you were in one of these MMOs and you were a melee type of character. Would you rather be quick and agile and run circles around people and throw a lot of small blows that do fair damage, or would you rather be well protected, slow, and deliberate, and when you hit, you almost kill? Leave it in the comments what appeals to you more. I prefer to be agile. I prefer to be quick. I prefer to be like Muhammad Ali. Dance like a ballerina, fight like a butterfly, and sting like a bee. I added the ballerina part. Ali didn't say that. Let me know in the comments if you know who Muhammad Ali is. He's a little bit before my time, but I know who he is. It's interesting when you talk to people. You're dealing with a very wide array and age. Oh, see, I'm getting really good with these dodges, especially when you know what's coming. That's the whole thing. Anticipation is quite a bit. But like I was saying with Muhammad Ali, it's interesting when you talk to people from different generations, different influences, different cultures. I remember seeing a movie, and I want to make this point because I think it's a very valid point to what I'm talking about. The movie was called Fever Pitch, which came out, I believe, in the mid to late 90s. And essentially, it might have even been a little bit later than that. It might have been around the year 2000. I don't exactly remember. It had Jimmy Fallon when he was an actor and not doing a Tonight Show, and also a little-known actress named Drew Barrymore, who's been around forever. And they were in this movie. Now, incidentally, The Fever Pitch was a book from a British author who's a very, very good author. His name is Nick Hornsby. And initially it was about the European football, and to Americanize the movie, they made this about baseball. Jimmy Fallon plays this obsessed Red Sox fan, etc., etc. But the interesting thing is, Drew Barrymore's character was someone who had her master's degree in mathematics, very, very smart, successful woman. It was very, very obvious in the movie. And the people at the Red Sox game thought she was stupid because she didn't have the knowledge about the Red Sox, the history, Ted Williams, Kolya Skrimsky, other famous Red Sox. And it's interesting, intelligence is not how much you know, it's about figuring out what you know or how to learn things. That's what intelligence, in my opinion, is. And I think even in a lot of scientific opinions, knowledge is a completely different thing. A computer can be a source for knowledge, but a computer not necessarily is a source for intelligence. Although that's changing more and more as we advance in technology. And now we are complete with the idiotic, dumb, lack of knowledge, lack of intelligence, ogres. You can always make fun of ogres. Nobody's going to get upset with you. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, rather than just say these little thank you notes, I mean, send me a gift. Send me something. Oh, this is real quick. Usually you got to fight these centaurs that are running around in a circle. I don't know why they're doing that. You know, that's just what they do. They just run around in a circle the whole time. But this is one of those hero challenges, which really isn't as much of a challenge if you get in this circle as readily and quickly as I just did. Now we have a hero point that we could spend, which I'll save it for later. Not that if you save them, you know, it's not like putting money in a bank where it accumulates interest, but we'll just deal with it at another time. Pretty cool music. Music is a big thing to me. I'm a very audible person. Pleasing noises will lure me into things, and loud, obnoxious, irrelevant noises will very easily make it very easy for me to tune out things. So I often keep the music playing. I like the music in this game. I like the music in World of Warcraft, so I keep it playing. I mean, it's almost as good. I'm not going to go as far as what Angry Joe said about Guild Wars 2 music, which I think is... Congratulations, we just leveled up. So now we're at the appropriate level of 12, which means the content is pretty much the same level. We get all these different rewards, these gems, which it seems silly just try to optimize your gear at this point. It really does, especially with the scaling that's involved as you're leveling. And I mean, of course you got to keep up. I mean, you don't want to really fall that behind, because then it's going to show up when you start fighting 3-4 mobs and you're 3-4 levels lower. You're going to die, and you're going to die a lot, and you're going to die quick, and it's going to get very frustrating. But for the most part, you don't necessarily have to keep up with the gear. But what I was saying about Angry Joe, I digress. He was saying that when his initial review of this game, which is a great review, by the way, but somewhat outdated because it was done about 3 or 4 years ago. But he was saying that he loves the music so much that he plays it in his car while he drives, which is a great line. I can't take that from him. But if you take it literally, no, I don't think so. I mean, not many people, when, raise your hand if when you're driving you listen to classical music or film score. Well, maybe you do listen to film scores. I would. Certain film scores. But certainly not classical. Not many people are. At least from my generation, and I'm one of the older generations. Younger generations certainly aren't listening to classical music while they're driving. Maybe older generations, but I don't know if there's that many people that are older than me that consistently watch my videos. That's just a generational thing. I'm pretty much on the cusp of the first introduction of video games. So anybody who's older than me generally was in their 20s or 30s when video games first popped on the scene. And you're dead. Thanks for playing. This is a very interesting area. I like this kind of swamp. It's just beautiful. Look at the way everything reflects off the water. It's then you got to ask this guy, "What's bothering you? Why are you here, Mr. Spirit?" And then he just kind of points. "That thing's bothering me." You know, if you're dead, does it really matter? I mean, what is the worst that could happen if you're already dead? You know, there's nothing worse than dying except maybe suffering. And I don't think if you're undead, you're really suffering much. You see, I miss that voice. I don't know why they don't say Alyssa, whatever her name is. Alyssa confounds me, which means confuses me. And I don't know why they're saying that. Leave it in the comments if you know why they constantly tell me that. But we're going to hop our way to the latest Vista. Vista. Click. We get to see this whole area. This is a really well done area. I wish they had more areas like this. Actually, they do in the upcoming zones. There's a small patches where there's something very similar to this swamp area. But this is the biggest of them all that I recall in the game. Really well done. Moving along. Took a break, stopped and smelled the roses, or in this case, looked at them from afar. I like these little portal things. And he just stands there, takes a beating. You know something? That creature looks exactly like that creature that's in Black Desert Online. That is your companion, sort of, and he guides you through the whole questing process. Or essentially the whole process of what to do in game. And oddly enough, I don't know if he asks you for gold or not. But he looks very much like him. Very interesting. I just realized that. I wonder if they're related. They could be twins. You never know. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Oh, never mind. Moving along. Look at how the lighting hits on this. This is really something. Oh, dude, what's bothering you? You look upset. Uh-oh. Now we gotta kill the undead creature. And this overgrown salamander thing. But they're both dead. Thanks for playing, guys. Who are you waving at? I guess where these undead people swim over to the next portal. Hey, guy. Again, with this, what is with these things? I'm over here, guys. Boom, 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 boom. Up. You're dead. You're dead. Almost dead. You just don't know it yet. Boom, boom, boom. See, those whirly-birdy things, those hammers, they do a little bit of damage and a little bit of healing. So it's kind of like... It's not kind of like, it flat out is. Very useful ability. Especially if you're fighting mobs. I mean, that's something you really don't want to do for one-on-one combat. But I do it anyway because I'm bored. But it's, you know, if you're fighting a huge amount of mobs, it's certainly something that is going to be more impactful and have a greater impact. Because it's going to be healing you for each particular mob that you end up hitting. So it's kind of like, I would say it's pretty much a tanking mechanism, so to speak. Uh-oh. Down. Oh, it doesn't get any worse than that. Down to 18 health. But we're okay. Don't worry. Don't send me any flowers yet. I'm still alive. Oh, gosh. That thing looks so much like that spirit guide in Black Desert Online. It really does. Wow. And it's not a surprise because these MMOs do copy off of each other. And to really understand if a feature is very good in an MMO, the question you have to ask yourself, are other MMOs copying this feature? Are they taking it and using it as is? Are they taking it and improving and stepping up the technology and stepping up the features and the whole application of that particular feature? That's a really good question to ask yourself. So when you talk about this whole scaling up or scaling down when you're in these older zones in Guild Wars 2, yes, that is a feature other MMOs have implemented in to their utility belt, so to speak. But the thing that you have to ask yourself is, there are no mounts in Guild Wars 2. Name one other MMO that says, wow, that's a great idea. We should not have mounts in our MMO. Can't think of any. If you could think of another MMO that doesn't have any mounts, let me know. I'd be very interested to know in the comments. But that's not a feature that everybody else is imitating. Therefore, probably not a feature that the overall fans are indulging in and very much liking. And I've mentioned that before, but it's a topic worth reiterating and bringing up again. Because different people are watching this video, and I want to get your thoughts. Your thoughts very much can end up leading to ideas for future videos or to help facilitate a little bit extra experience and insight into future videos. And I do read comments, and I've mentioned that before too. I strongly believe if you're going to take 5, 10, 15 minutes out to watch one of my videos, I could easily take a minute or two, read your comment, and respond to it, provided you're respectful and speak with some semblance of intelligence to either myself or other people in the comment section. Hey, Mr. Bandit. No, I'm not kidding. This is real. Deal with the pain. Oh, that was quick. Thanks for playing, dude.
Get over here and help me.
Okay. I'm helping. Helping you die. I don't think she meant it that way, though. I think she was talking to her fellow NPCs who are out on a cigarette break somewhere. See, this is the perfect timing. Everybody's out on a cigarette break, or they're watching Game of Thrones, and they're not really paying attention to what's going on. It's my theory. I don't know. I could be wrong. See, I've been through here already. I did this quest, but I didn't look at the Vista. So I got to come in here and check out the Vista. Because I've said this many times, you do want to look at all these Vistas in this area. Just simply, or any given area, any given zone, because they give you nice rewards at the end for following all the point of interest, doing all the quests, looking at all the vistas. that's essentially what it all entails. And when you get all that done, you get a little bit of a reward. And I think the reward system in Guild Wars 2 is very, very good. It is exemplary compared to other MMOs. It gives you a bit more of an incentive to do things, especially when I'd say 90% of what you can buy for real money at the gem store can be grounded out and grinded out in gold in game and then transferred to gems. So you could reach into your wallet and buy something, or you could grind it out. That might take a week, a month, a couple of months to get something, and you could buy it for gems, which I think is a great concept, because the whole idea is, as a company, you want people to play your game, because and even if they're not paying money, you still want people playing, because the reality is MMOs are a social medium, and people are going to get turned off by an MMO if it's not populated. And what's going to happen is, as you get to the end game in an MMO, that's where you're really going to need people to play with, and people to hang with, and people to be part of your posse, so to speak. Not so much while you're leveling. It's something that could easily be done on your own. Some people might think it's more fun to level with others. I tend to, if I've been through the process already, but the first time I go through the process, there's no doubt in my mind I strongly prefer leveling alone, just to take in everything at my own pace, not be subject to a catch-up pace, not be subject to wait for everybody else kind of pace. I very strongly feel that way about leveling. I'd rather do it by myself the first time I do it. After that, yes, I prefer to level with people. What are your thoughts on that? Do you like to level alone? Do you like to level with other people? Is there a difference between the first time you do it in a game as opposed to the fourth or fifth time you do it in a given game? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd be very interested to know. But we're really making some progress here. Yup. And progress gets a payoff right after I do a little bit of mining. Copper. These things also generate some decent experience, but let's see what we got. What do we get? Back it up. There we go. Click. Ooh, okay. Usually the big ticket item that you receive is either a transmute charge, or you end up receiving a key to unlock the locked boxes, which have little treasures in it. Gonna allocate some of my stuff. That's what's coming up. And yeah, I got a new ability, it looks like. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Coming soon. People, thanks for tuning in. Leave a like. Be subscribed if you like Guild Wars 2, or if you like Let's Plays. We're going to be doing other MMOs. Have a great one.